This project will be focusing on the Bortles and Murray Athletic Training Room, presented by Adrienne Adkins, Ava Vigorito, Olivia Buttery, and Sydney Nguyen. A little bit of background about this facility: the Bortles and Murray Training Room is found in Wayne Dench Sports Center, located on the main campus of UCF, and opened June 11, 2021. A lot of people may recognize this building as the football center, however, it is home to many athletes. This training room is named after Blake Bortles and Latavius Murray, former UCF Knights, after they made a gift commitment of $500,000 to the UCF Athletic Department. The Bortles and Murray Training Room is operated by the UCF Athletic Department. This center is the main training room for football as well as track and field athletes. All athletes are welcomed and many use this facility, but there are also other training rooms around the athletic village based off of location. For example, the Bortles and Murray Training Room is in very close proximity to the football field as well as the track, whereas both men and women's basketball train in the arena and the venue, so their home training room would be located there. Here you can see some of the positions that occupy the center to help it run efficiently. We decided to interview Dr. Sheila Klausner for this project. We found Dr. Klausner to be a great fit as she has shown great accomplishment and experience within this field. Being previously a student athlete, she found a love for physical therapy after having to partake in some herself due to a shoulder injury. She has both a master's and a doctorate in physical therapy, as well as she is board certified in orthopedics and is a certified orthopedic manual therapist. She has some outstanding recognitions, such as being selected to be a part of the medical staff for both the 2000 and 2004 Olympics. A little bit about what she's responsible for with student athletes is that she is a rehabilitation coordinator for the UCF Athletic Department. She is responsible for providing physical therapy services to any athlete who has undergone orthopedic surgery or those who have a long-standing injury that require continuing treatment. For example, every team has their own athletic trainer who is there to help with rehab and treatment. If that student athlete has exhausted all of the resources they have been provided for by their trainer, they will go to Dr. Klausner to further progress their rehab.
Hey guys, so I'm going to do a quick little overview of the facility. So the facility is going to consist of a large room and these contain services that the athletes can utilize and has treatment areas for rehabilitation care. Obviously, different athletes are going to come in with different needs, need different treatments. So there's going to be a variety of treatments that these athletes can use, and they're going to be designated in certain areas. There's also going to be a wet room. This can contain an underwater treadmill and a cold tub for recovery, and then this is where an athlete can utilize hydrotherapy if they need to. There's going to be another area with treatment tables and rehabilitation there as well. And then in general, UCF hires a separate maintenance staff who oversee and upkeep the facility. So this staff is going to take care of the facility. It's going to make sure it's clean. It's going to make sure it's organized. It's going to make sure it's well kept for these athletes, and just in general for the safety of everyone and for the sanity. So in the main training room, you see these pictures here. It's going to be a big room. It's going to be filled with a variety of different equipment based on what the athlete needs. For example, we see some exercise balls. We see a rowing machine. We see a bike here on this right side. Whatever the athletes need, if they're looking for more strength training, if they're trying to help their balance, do some core exercises, if they're trying to get their endurance up, they can use these many different machines that have different purposes. And the training room has a variety of equipment, as we see here, for a variety of different things, for whatever the athlete needs to focus on. As mentioned earlier, this is the wet room, as we see here, the tub where the athlete can participate in hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is a type of rehabilitation that uses water to treat a variety of symptoms. And here we have the athletes can take up this opportunity here in this room. Now moving on to the risk management plan. So there's professionals within the athletic department tasked with preparing all the risk management plans. A risk management plan is important, so the team has a proper plan just to be prepared for any emergencies, any risks this team is hired to do that. So if there is an accident or if there's a problem, people are allowed to contact them, and they are very well trained, and they may have made up plans and set protocols, so they can take care of any situation when needed to, however means necessary.
Hello. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the safety and marketing performed by the Bortles and Murray Training Center. So we're going to start here talking about a little bit about the safety. So because this is a UCF facility, they actually do hire dedicated personnel who are going to be in charge of the upkeep for the equipment. This may include cleaning, general maintenance, or just keeping the facility organized, making sure that the facility is safe for whomever is going to be using it. Because this is mainly utilized by athletes, they do monitor it, but most of them do come into the facility having a general understanding of gym safety, but they do teach them the safety guidelines for their specific facility and make sure that they are abiding by them. There is not a locker room in this facility. This there is one inside of the Wayne Stench building itself, but there is not one inside of the training center. And because even though this is utilized by Division One athletes, they do have to perform a medical screening prior to them starting any exercise inside of this facility. So let's talk a little bit about the marketing. So because this is a UCF facility inside of a actual building, there is actually not any direct marketing for it because it's not really advertised for anyone outside of UCF, mainly because it is utilized by athletes. Athletes know about it, but it's because it's meant for athletes, it's not really advertised to the general public. But you'll also see that there do not have any dedicated social media for the center itself. There is social medias for the UCF athletic division, which is what's on the screen right now. All these socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube are all part of the UCF athletic division, not specifically for the Bortles and Murray Training Center, but because it is part of the UCF athletic division, these would be the socials referring back for this facility. And a website. There's not a dedicated website for this training center, but there is a dedicated website for the building itself, which is seen at the bottom right of the screen. So you going to this website, you can kind of get a background of the facility, understand what's inside of it, and kind of just know more about the training center that are within this area.
Hello, and for our reflection of the Bortles and Murray Athletic Training Room, what makes this facility stand out from neighboring facilities is how it caters to student athletes for UCF specifically. It has state-of-the-art equipment like cryotherapy and hydrotherapy, which are hot and cold rehab tubs. It has advanced rehab tools, including resistance bands, balance boards, massage guns, things of that nature. And in comparison to other top athletic training rooms at schools like Alabama or Miami or Michigan, just to name a few, the equipment at UCF could be considered competitive, as those schools invest heavily in maintaining cutting edge athletic health infrastructure. Because if you have poor or broken rehab tools, this affects the school and how your athletes can get the right treatment quickly. Some barriers that could be seen as an obstacle when involved with the management of this facility can include the lack of space, especially with UCF's growing athletic department after joining the Big 12. Certain rooms, like the physical therapy room, could be redesigned or expanded to alleviate this overcrowding. Some interesting points taken from the interview is how Dr. Klausner states the challenges in this field, with the lack of awareness of all the wonders that physical therapy can provide to a person. She stresses the importance of needing to keep up with your therapy in order to regain normal motion again. And finally, this experience was very eye-opening for this profession as it highlights how PT isn't just about rehabilitation, but also about preventing future injuries and enhancing athletic performance, especially in high-level settings like UCF. The emphasis on personalized care, emotional intelligence, and working with diverse athletes stresses the importance of connecting with those patients. Additionally, Learning about challenges like insurance reimbursement and direct access in Florida shows how this field is evolving. This is our presentation about the Bortles and Murray Athletic Training Room. Thank you.